My name is Sunny Hostin. I am so honored to be here. I am shooketh and scared. As my friend Lee knows, I'm a staunch Catholic, a believer. So I just believed everything that I saw. And I did not know that this was based on a true story. So thank you for a wonderful film. I want to thank you all for joining us this evening to celebrate Netflix's upcoming Lee Daniels film, The Deliverance. You got that sneak preview. I had not seen this. But I realize now that it does, this film bridges the divide, I think, between the Black church and the exorcism genre, right? It offers a completely unique intersection, I think, of family, faith, and horror. My understanding is that you, my friend, are inspired by old school horror films like The Omen and The Exorcist, and I saw all of that, as I think all of you did as well. And there's an emphasis, though, here on characters as opposed to jump scares, which requires a certain skill. And I think we all saw that. We saw the magic of Lee Daniels just then. Can you talk to us about the film? Because, Lee, you've worked with some of these amazing actors before. You all saw so many of them today. Can you tell us a little bit about how this came together and how all of you came together to deliver something like this? Yeah.
After Precious, I Tucker Tooley, who worked with me, is he here today? Tucker, who worked with me, my producer, offered me this movie, and my mom didn't want me to do it because she believes in spirits and she knows that
I do too, Lee.
Most Black people do. And my mom said because I'm an open portal when I work, she was worried. And then so I didn't want to do it. I thought it was similar to Precious because of the abuse themes. I really wanted to shy away from that. And but the story stuck with me because it was based on a true story, you know, and it just stuck with me. It's like, this is real, you know. So many, many years later, when I don't know how many years later, I dusted off the script and looked at it again because I also think that we're in dark times. You know, I do what the Spirit tells me to do, and I feel like we're in dark times. And for me, it was about finding my higher power. It was about finding Jesus again for me, and I have to do what's right for me. And so for me, I don't know whether or not we're going to be around tomorrow. Nobody knows whether we know. I met with a group of directors and writers and actors, met with President Biden a couple of months ago when he was running. And he asked, he was trying to get the Black man to come out to vote because they weren't voting for him. And Chris Rock said, well, why aren't he? And he said, you know, I'm doing all of this, I'm doing this. I've done more for Black Americans than any other president. And Chris said, well, why aren't you telling people about this? Why aren't you out in the streets telling people about this? He said, because I spend most of my day trying to stop nuclear war. And I started thinking to myself, this is the reason why I made the film. Because we don't know whether or not we're going to be around here tomorrow. And I'm trying to scare you to your higher power. Be it Allah or Buddha or, for me, Jesus Christ.
Well,
and also it's about Black women never being believed.
yes.
You know, she's just never believed, and I really wanted to drive that home. That even this Black social worker didn't believe her.
Well, that's one of the takeaways. You have these incredibly talented Black women playing these incredibly complex Black female characters, and you have one trying to do good, well, both are trying to do good, but they distrust each other. What made you want to delve into that?
I don't know, I was raised by an incredible group of Black women, and I love Black women. It's sad that I'm gay. I honor Black women. I really study my work. I do the best with women. And so I wanted my aunts to love it, because I know how many times they haven't been believed.
Yes.
And I'm anxious for them to see it. I'm nervous for them to see it, actually.
No, it's fantastic, because I think so many of us as Black women have not been believed. And when we tell you this is our lived experience, you should believe it, right? That it's really true. Let me ask you this, because the visual style and the atmosphere was very different. It's not like Precious at all.
No.
Actually. So what?
It's really hard, because it's a different tone. It's a different, and I did it also because I'm known for drama, and I really wanted to stretch my director's muscle in a different way, and so this is a completely different tone. And listen, I'm only the orchestrator of these, directing these actors. I have an incredible team around me, an incredible cinematographer, and an even a more incredible editor and composer. And so, I'm just the maestro to the actors, and I depend heavily on my team.
Well, let's talk about your team, because this is a powerful, powerhouse, star-studded cast, creative team. Tell us about that journey, because Andra Day was, my goodness, incredible. Monique, incredible. Everyone.
Monique and I wanted to work with her again. We sort of buried the hatchet, and I said, I really wanted her to play the opposite of the antithesis of what she had played before. So this time she's the, she's the social worker coming for Andra. And with Andra, I experienced magic with her on Billie Holiday, and I wanted to recreate. I like working with the same people over and over again. You notice,
Yes.
And we don't really talk when we are. When I'm working, I sort of run and throw some things out. And with Andra, it was really important to find someone that was a believer in Jesus Christ. When she started speaking in tongue.
Was that scripted?
No, not at all. I mean, we had something that was scripted, but then she went off to the left. And that was God working, and the AD was like, should we cut? I go, no, let's just let it roll, because it was God working through her. And I knew that God was on the set, and I knew that would be okay.
Well, let me ask you, because I was reading that you actually had
a deliverer
on set.
Every day praying
every day.
Netflix was like, I got a call from HR. Because I said, we got to pray. And they were like, well, So I said, listen, before we begin prayer, if anybody doesn't want to pray, I respect that, but I'm praying. But those 200 people that weren't believers stayed around just for,
Now,
I'm most excited about Glenn Close.
Yes.
I've seen, I think, all of her films. I don't think she has ever done this.
It was
how did that come
right.
about?
Okay. So I really wanted to separate, because I do believe in spirits and such, and so I wanted to separate it. This place didn't take place where it actually took place.
Right.
We made up Pittsburgh. And I wanted to explore I like giving voice to people that don't have voices, and faces, and we see people that we don't ordinarily see, that don't feel seen. And so I know many Albertas, a lot of black people know, most black people know Alberta.
Yes.
And so we never saw you on screen before. And Glenn was gangster enough to go for it.
There's a nameplate on and everything.
You know, she didn't know what she was walking into until it was like she was in it. Because I said, you got to gain weight. And then I told the costumer, take the costumes in. And she's like, wait a minute, what? What?
And then she becomes a demon.
Well, at the end, yeah, that. But she embraced Monique and Ingenue. Really, she understood body positivity. She walked away with an enlightened experience about black women and body positivity.
Really?
Yeah, that was her lesson on this, and she's really, she talks about it, and that excites me.
And how I think, you know, most women, there is a little bit of vanity that we have, and much like we saw Viola take off the wig, you see Glenn take off wigs and try different wigs on. How was that experience for her? Has she spoken about that in terms of the body positivity? Letting yourself look like that on
she
film.
didn't want to at first. She said, I look like a whore. I said, no, you don't. She said, I look like a whore. I said, no, you don't.
No.
You know, no, you don't. And so, but she comes from a place where that was her truth. And it took her a second to drop into it. And, but she trusted me. And I'm really happy. I'm blessed that she trusts me.
It's fantastic.
She is incredible.
She's incredible.
She's
incredible. So I just have to ask you, because I do think it's very different from Precious. And I know you were at first, when you looked at the script, you thought, I don't know if I want to do this because it's too much like Precious. But why horror?
Well, I don't really look at it as horror. I think that the
Yeah.
ending is sort of like a faith-based thriller. You know, it is a little bit of with this, I guess, a little splurge of horror. But,
Oh no, but the little boy went and crawled up on the ceiling, and I was screaming, so it felt horrific.
I guess it is.
Why try it?
Again, I wanted to stretch my directors. I like throwing the dice against the wall. You know, if my career depends on
Snake
it, then there
eyes
you
for
go.
you, my friend.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you did that.
I don't. This is the last time I'll see the film.
Really?
Yeah, no, I've lived it for 2 years in the edit room, so I wanted to see the finished product with everybody in here. So this is a. And I won't let my cast see the film. My cast is going to see the film. You're seeing it before the cast. They're going to see it in LA at the premiere, which I won't be at. I'll be in the back.
He'll be back.
Yeah.
Well, the Deliverance, y'all, will be in our theaters on August 16th, and will premiere on Netflix on August 30th. My last question for you is, what is the one thing you hope audiences will take away or think about when they leave after watching this film?
That we have to find a higher power. I'm not here to preach Jesus or throw Jesus down on you. Even if it's loving yourself and believing in yourself as your higher power. We're in dark times, and I think that we live in the clouds, like ain't shit happening out here. And shit is happening, it's real. And for me, it's about for me and my journey on this film, it was about finding my spirituality and scaring you to your spirituality.
Well, I'm going to church on Sunday. Thank you so much. Thank you so
I've never watched it.